everybody and welcome back. Thanks for joining in again for this pretty fun video on North Korea's monuments. So when you first think about North Korea, a few things that might pop into your mind, and you might be wondering, where are these statues, why are they built, and what do they mean? So you may have seen the big tower with the flame on the top, North Korea's Arch of Triumph, actually bigger than the Paris Arch of Triumph, and then also, of course, the very famous two big bronze statues, otherwise officially known as the Mansudae Grand Monuments. So in this video, I'm going to go over North Korea's most famous monuments and give a bit of an explanation as to why they're there and what they mean. So stick with me and hopefully your questions about these monuments will be answered, and you might even learn a thing or two that you didn't have a question on anyway. So here's to the first monument. This is the Arch of Triumph. It's a 60-meter stone archway built to commemorate the role of President Kim Il-sung in the anti-Japanese armed struggle and the liberation of Korea from Japanese colonial rule in 1945. The monument itself was constructed for the 70th birthday of Kim Il-sung on 15th of April 1982. This is Pyongyang's answer to Paris. Monument number 2 is the Juche Tower, and if you've seen any monuments in North Korea, this is probably one of the top ones that you've seen before. The Juche Tower is a 150-meter high stone tower, plus the 20-meter high adorning glow-at-night torch. Interestingly, the whole structure, 170 meters in total, is made from 25,550 granite blocks, and these each represent a day in Kim Il-sung's life up to his 70th birthday. So that's 365 times 70. It stands on the east bank of the Taedonggang River, and the letters in front of the tower simply read Juche. So what is Juche, you might ask? Juche would take a whole other video to explain what it really is, but generally it's not actually translated into English, but rather the concept of Juche as explained, and it basically means self-reliance, and it's the ideology upon which North Korea is kind of founded and runs on. The next monument that we're going to talk about is the Monument to Party Founding, or the Party Foundation Monument. This monument is made up of a massive granite hammer, sickle, and calligraphy brush. These are symbols of the Workers' Party of Korea, the ruling party of North Korea. The Korean on the surrounding belt reads, "The organizers of the victory of the Korean people and the leaders of the Workers' Party of Korea." Choson Inmin이... No, I'm not going to try and say it in Korean. These three symbols represent the core classes represented by the Workers' Party of North Korea. The hammer and sickle symbolize the worker and farmers of traditional communist ideology, whilst the calligraphy brush represents the intellectual class. Next up is the Chaloma Statue, which is located right next to North Korea's probably most famous statue, which we'll cover after this one. The Chaloma Statue is a monument on top of Mansu Hill. It's a statue of a mythical horse named Chollima, which symbolizes the Chaloma movement, which helped rebuild North Korea following the Korean War. Chollima represents the speed in which the horse runs, at 1,000 ri. This has actually now moved to the Malama movement, and Malama is 10,000 ri. So this statue basically represents the very fast growth of the DPRK. Next up, like I promised, is the Mansudae Grand Monument. That is the big bronze statues that sit on top of Mansu Hill in Pyongyang. The Mansudae Grand Monument is two large bronze statues of President Kim Il-sung and General Kim Jong-il. These are both former leaders of the DPRK. The statues themselves stand at an impressive 20-meter or 66 foot tall. During national holidays or days of importance for the Koreans, such as weddings, the Koreans will come here either with their family, with their friends, or in work or school groups. They'll come here and they will pay their respects to the leaders by laying down flowers at the base of the statues. It was said actually a few years ago that the tourists they were made to go here and to pay their respects to the statues and to bow in front of them. This is completely untrue, and in fact this rumor kind of made it more difficult for us to do our job, because then the Koreans, they heard that this rumor was going around, and it's a very, very special place to them. So then they turned around and said to us, actually, like, you guys can't go there anymore. And of course, actually, most people want to go there because it's a very impressive site and it's one of the most famous sites in North Korea. So then we had to kind of argue our way into being able to go and pay our respects to the leaders. Please guys, we will be respectful. We want to go there. It's not just people, saying that they're forced to go. So when you go to North Korea, of course, you can go and see these statues, or you can choose not to go and see these statues. But if you choose to go and see them, then you will have to make a bow. And if you like, you can also buy flowers and place them at the base of the statue. So the last monument that I'm going to talk about in this video is the Arch of Reunification. Officially called the Monument to the 3-Point Charter for National Reunification, it's a 30-meter tall arch dedicated to the reunification of the Korean Peninsula. The arch stretches over the Reunification Highway, which connects Pyongyang with the southern border city of Kaesong. The arch was completed in 2001 at the height of the Sunshine Policy, which was a government policy implemented by South Korea in the late 1990s and early 2000s to lower the risk of conflict between the two rival states. One side represents a woman from North Korea and the other side represents a woman from South Korea. So that's it for the first part of North Korea's monuments. I've covered the main famous monuments here, and hopefully you've learned a thing or two about the monument itself and what it kind of symbolizes. I'll cover some more monuments in the next video, in the next part of the series, so make sure to look out for it. And if there's any specific monuments or statues or anything that you want me to cover in the next video, then please do leave it in the comments below. If you had anything that you saw that you're curious about or something like that, and then do put it in the comments below and I'll make sure to cover it in the part 2 of this video. So thank you very much for joining, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
따르는 마음 청춘으로 남아있네. 그때처럼 영원히 우리 살리라. 그때처럼 영원히